Hello and welcome back to our podcast, Hermanas Sin Filtro con Cafecito. I'm Alex.
And I'm Vanessa.
Welcome back.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
How you doing?
Doing okay, you
Okay.
know,
All right. Awesome.
hanging in there, hanging in there.
At least you're hanging. Um, no. I mean, I don't. No, I don't. Yeah. That sounds like you're actually. Yeah. They're gonna flag us for that. They're not gonna let it go through.
Delete and cut.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you,
Good. I would like to welcome everybody. No, delete again.
Alessandra? ¿Qué está pasando?
I don't know. Okay, and action. Hello and welcome to Hermanas.
Welcome,
Hey,
welcome.
listen.
Hello. That's what you sounded like. Welcome.
Leave me
What?
alone.
Hello.
Welcome to Hermanas Sin Filtro con
You have to do that again,
Cafecito.
Alessandra, because I was talking.
I thought we should have kept it because it's supposed to be without filtro. So the shit that happens, it happens.
No, we're not doing filtros. We're just not. We're editing it out.
En la misma vaina. Okay, stop. Hello, welcome to Hermanas Sin Filtro con Cafecito. I'm Alex.
And I'm Vanessa. Welcome.
Welcome back for another episode. Thank you so much for everybody who has watched and given their feedback. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because that is the only way how we are going to get our wonderful, beautiful message out there. I mean, just our silliness. Anyways, welcome to today's topic.
Welcome.
Today's topic will be an interesting one. It is dating, relationships, and the things that we don't say out loud, which they're about to come out.
You're gonna be out loud now.
They are. That's what she said. Yikes.
What?
All right. Anyways, so we're gonna do our first segment, Cafes do Catch Up, where this is just where we ask each other some questions, see how our week has been doing, because as you all know, we do not live in the same state. Yes, we talk almost on a weekly or daily, but y'all don't know what we say to each other. So this is a little bit of a excerpt of that. Listen, my English is not very good looking. All right.
It's not also our first language, so
Nope. All right, you go.
catching up since the last episode. Let's see. Honestly, I've been working a lot.
Okay.
Work has been super busy, which is a good thing.
Hmm.
I love my job. I love what I do. We've just been really busy, and so tired that I just come home and I literally just shower, relax, and chill.
Okay.
Been watching a lot of FIFA. Um, what else? Pickleball.
Pickleball. Let's
And
divulge, let's
yeah.
divulge a little bit into pickleball.
Oh my gosh, if you have not played pickleball, I definitely recommend.
Does does
It's
does it require running?
uh
Yes. If it's not
no,
an immediate no, then
no,
yeah.
no, it's just, like a little
Like
running
a
for the
little run.
ball. Yeah, but
Hmm.
you're confined to like a little square.
I'll stick
You're
to
not
basketball.
confined, but
Next.
anyways, I thoroughly enjoy it. I play it with my coworkers and I have so much fun.
Okay.
Um, but yes, and that's pretty much it. Hanging out with friends and doing life.
Okay.
Pretty
Getting ready
much.
for a baby shower.
Yes, getting ready for a baby shower, second baby of the friend group. We're so excited.
Exactly.
Yes, yes.
It's okay.
And other than that, yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much it.
cool. Work has been quiet for me. I mean, it's fine. I'm thoroughly enjoying it, like really enjoying it. I did, however, make a couple discoveries. One of them we may get into later, but the other one, and this may be a little, yo no sé, eclectic to some people,
Okay.
you know? But question, you've seen Lord of the Rings, right?
Yes, plenty of times.
Okay. Who's the hero of the story? To your opinion. Everybody has a different opinion of who the hero is. Who's the hero of your story? The story.
I mean, I guess Frodo? I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. I mean,
Mm,
I feel like
the whole
there's
thing is pretty centered around him, pretty much.
correct. Correct. Okay. My unpopular opinion. Frodo is not the hero of the story.
Okay. Who's the hero
Be-
to you?
I'm gonna get there. So let me tell you. All the battles, the whole entire fucking journey, okay? Gandalf dying and coming back to life,
Hmm.
Aragon's sword being put back together, him getting the people of the undead, que yo no sé qué esos monstruos,
But
se
don't give a
quemen
lot
fuerte.
because maybe some people haven't seen it and they're watching.
Yo, that movie came out like 20 something years ago. If they
It doesn't,
haven't seen it
you would
yet,
be surprised how many people have not seen it.
okay, well, too bad. Too bad. That's their loss.
Anyway,
Okay.
spoiler alert.
Anyways, all of that would have been in vain if Frodo would not have thrown the ring into the volcano. Correct?
Correct.
What did he decide to do the last minute?
I don't remember. It's been such a long time. Keep it.
It's
Put it
mine.
on.
Take it for myself. In other words, fuck everybody. And then on top of that, Sam, he's a ride or die. He's a ride or die, but he's a coward. Because if I was Sam, I would have drop kicked Frodo's ass into the fucking lava. Why? Because I didn't just trek across the whole entire world on my bare feet to come and die because you decided that you want to be selfish and keep the ring. Okay? Hero of the story? Unlikely, but hero of the story possibly? Smeagol. But not in the way you think it is. Okay? Yes, the hero does something for the greater good of everybody else. He was doing it for the greater good of himself because he was greedy. He wanted the ring. If he would not have bitten the finger off of Frodo's ring and fell into the lava, Frodo would have gotten away with the ring. All
Yeah,
of it would have been in vain.
I could see that.
So Smeagol and his greedy ass self somehow became the hero of the story. Now, he could have not tripped. He could have not whatever. But I think that the fate of it was for him to trip and fall into the lava. So there you
Greediness.
go. I feel like this is one of the times that greediness and evil won in the favor of good.
Hmm.
And then on top of that, you know, when they crown Aragorn as king, whatever, and then he sees the hobbits, and then they start to bow, and he's like, "Oh, friends, you know, you bowed to no one," and then everybody started bowing to them. If you notice Frodo's face, he has a face of like a shameful, like kind of guilty in a way. He's not proud of what he did because the only ones who know what happened in that cave is him, Schmeagol, and Sam. Sam's gonna stand next to me and he's gonna be all happy and go lucky because he's a ride or die friend. So he's not gonna put that poker
Hmm.
face down for anything. And then on top of that, he went with his uncle Bilbo to that land because he could not step foot in the Shire because of all his guilt.
Interesting take. So that's what's been going on for the past month since the last episode.
Correct. Correct. That just happened actually this week. Why? Because I had a new piece of furniture. I was building it and then I used Lord of the Rings as a background thing to help me focus, but it took me 8 hours to build a thing that I could have built in four. Girl, it's ADD, okay? ADD.
I see
Anyways,
it.
Anyways, yeah, yeah. For those of you who don't know, I am a huge Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Harry Potter fan. Like, I geek out on that shit. Like, geek out. I've watched Lord of the Rings, all of them, like, I don't know how many times. And now I started watching the extended version, and I cannot not watch, like, okay, I can't watch, what is that? How do you say it? The original versions anymore. Like, I can't. I have to only watch the extended versions.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe that's why I'm single.
Well, let's talk about it.
I mean, do we? Do we have to? All right. Okay. Anyways, getting into our
Next
subject,
segment.
dating, relationships, and the things that we don't say out loud, or, whatever in between of them.
Hmm.
All right. So, little bit background of me. I have been married twice. First time I was married for 2-ish, 3 years. Second one almost lasted 10 years. Um, and then I have just most recently, probably the past 3 years, like I call
I think
that
it's
recent,
been
okay?
more. It's been more than 3 years, I think.
Three, well, I've been divorced for 4 or 5 years.
Who knows? Anyways, you're no longer
So
married.
yeah.
That's the point.
So yeah, for like the past, I guess, 3 years, I've been taking my dating life a little bit more serious in a way. And I've just been
Okay.
dating.
Okay.
I mean, I've been actively dating. I call that serious. Now, whether I take the people I date serious, that's a different thing. But
Okay.
dating, actively dating. Um, so yeah. So we'll get into it. And so that's where I'm at in life as far as dating wise. Um, and then you.
I'm in a relationship. I've been
Okay.
in a relationship for 4 years now. I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
4 years. Just
Mm-hmm.
just completed 4 years, or just going into the fourth year, I guess
Okay.
you can say. Yeah. Hmm.
All right. Awesome. So that's a little about us, and Vanessa's gonna kick it off with the next question.
And the next question. Wait, what are the questions?
Oh my
I
God.
forgot. We're doing the dating then versus dating now?
Yes, we're starting
Ah,
there.
okay.
That's staying in it because this is a without filter, so it's staying
No,
in it.
I'm cutting that. All
Mm.
right, we're going to the next one. Okay, so I know that you've been on dating apps,
Mm-hmm.
correct? I've used them in the past, not a big fan of them. I maybe was on them for like once or twice, but never again. Um, do you think they're helpful or
So,
not
mhm.
helpful?
Continue. Okay. So I'm in between. I used to be a huge believer in them because I, by nature, am an introvert. So for me to go out into the wild and get to know people was something that wasn't really on my radar. It's like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
I could just meet people and then, talk, get to know them, and then eventually meet in person. So that to
Hmm.
me was a lot more doable at the moment
Okay.
that was happening. Fast forward 2.5 years later, I'm over it. Like, I'm over it. I've seen a spectrum of different things. I've seen men who are extremely serious about really getting to find that person. I've seen men who are there just to, shoot their shot and whatever they want. They should probably be on other apps instead of this one. I will say that I have not paid for any of the apps. I refuse to pay for any of the apps. I've been on Hinge, I've been on Bumble, and I've been on Facebook dating. They all have their pros and cons. It's to exactly, what it is that you want and what you're looking for. I'm currently in a state that I have paused the dating apps for, it's been probably a good 5 months now, 5, 6 months now. I really don't have any inclination on wanting to get back on there. Like, I'm just like, I don't. However, I've gone to the other side of the road and I have decided that I kind of want to meet people in real life. And what does that look like? It means going out and actually putting myself out there in situations or in events that I'm accessible to people. That doesn't mean I'm going up and having a conversation with everybody because that's just not me. But I know that I can have an RBF sometimes. So I'm working on my facial expressions. I'm working on the way I position myself in certain places. I'm working on eye contact. Now, if I'm on a date and I'm interested in this person, whether I am or not, one thing I could do 100% of the time is eye contact, like having a conversation with you because you're telling me something, but I can really tell if what you're saying is exactly what you mean by just looking at your eyes. Like,
Yeah.
I'm all about like facial expression, the way your body moves, the way your body, like body language. I'm all about that. Um, so yeah, so I've decided to kind of give that a whirl. Um,
Okay.
I've tested it a couple of times, and I haven't gotten a date out of it, but I have been like actually sparked conversation or like I haven't been approached by anybody though. But I think that's another subject in itself. Um, I think men are afraid of approaching women. Some men, not all men, some men are afraid of
Hmm.
approaching women just because of the stigma that some of us women have made. There is fault on both sides, on both women and men's side. Some women
Hmm.
are like, well, if you want to take me on a date, then you have to do this, you have to do, yeah, they put all these stipulations as to what they have to do before they go on a date. I am the total opposite. I did not grow up in a princess treatment. I did not grow up in, men have to do this, men have to do that type of thing. The dynamic in which I grew up was very different, so that's not something that I seek. I would much rather go for a walk on our first date. I much rather go for, qué sé yo, coffee, ice cream. It doesn't have to be this big of a deal. Why? Because these are the first steps of us getting to know each other. I need to see if we mesh well before I have you,
Hmm.
you know, paying for all this. Um, but anyways, make that was a long answer to that question. So as far as
Okay.
right now, dating apps is a no-go for me, and meeting people in the wild is a go for me.
Wild. Okay.
That's exactly what it is. It's the wild, okay? It's the wild. Dating is
It is
not for the faint
wild.
of heart. It is
Correct.
not for the faint of heart. Um, so yeah. And you being in a relationship, first, how
Hmm.
did you and your boo meet?
Funny enough, on a dating app.
Okay, okay. So we have
Um,
some success stories on dating apps.
well, yeah, this was like this was Facebook dating. I think my cousin was the one that was like, I mentioned it because before that I don't do dating apps. I had done them before, I did them before. Not a fan of them, was over it, was just living my
Mhm.
life. And she just decided, like, oh no, go ahead and try it and see how you like it, or like, see if you meet anybody. Since I had just moved to like Orlando or whatever, I think I was living here already for almost a year and a half. But I was like, no, I don't want to do it, whatever. Convinced me, did the app, didn't pay attention to it. I was getting messages here and there, left and right. Then it started filling up my box. And then Do not recommend Facebook dating. No, I do not. Do not. No. And
Because
then
I've met some decent people on Facebook dating. I've met decent people on Facebook dating.
I don't know if it was just like my algorithm or what, but it was like asking for like a throuple or like
Yuck.
yeah, like couples that
Cochino.
are like open really. I was like, ew, no, I don't want to do this. Like, ew for me. I mean, good for you if that's what you like.
Correct. No offense on anybody who
No
wants to live
offense,
their life
yes,
that like that.
correct.
Please.
But
No offense.
that's
No offense.
just not my type of lifestyle. That's not what I want. So I was about to delete the app, and something said, just go through your messages and see. Um, I went through my messages, and his message was the only one that caught my eye because he had said, he had commented about my profile picture. My profile picture was me of when I went to visit a friend of mine in California. I went to Yosemite, and it was a picture of me from the hike. And he commented, he's like, "Hey, is that um, Yosemite? I just came back from, I think he went to Yellowstone or something." And he sparked up the conversation of like, do you love to travel or like, kind of like that. So I was like, oh, I saw his picture, thought he was cute. I was like, sure. And then after that conversation, dating, and then here we are 4 years later.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So there
So
is there is some success in it.
some, yes.
And I've heard wonderful stories from some people that have met on dating apps and things like that, you know.
Same.
So I think it's
Mm,
all on how you face it and what you try to get out of it. That's it. Like was
hmm
yeah, yeah. Anyways, it takes a
Yeah.
lot of patience too.
Yes, it does. Definitely did not have the patience for I was
A
over it.
lot of patience. So yeah. Anyways,
Um,
go for
let's
it.
see. Do you think that like now that I know that you've been dating, like since you have been dating, do you think that when you go out on dates or when you have gone out on dates that people are actually dating just to like hook up now, or is it they genuinely want a relationship, or is it just out of convenience, or like what is your take on that? Like how has that
Um,
been for you?
I think it's all of it. It's all of it, but that's what like when you're first texting and just you ask those questions, and I think by the
Hmm.
answers that they give, you know what's up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you know exactly where their mind is. And honestly, sometimes I was like, okay, if that's what you want, I'm okay. Like, listen, yo estoy vieja, yo estoy vieja. Like sometimes like I was just like, whatever, it is what it is. People got needs. Um, like I'm not gonna sit here and say soy una virgen santa. Absolutely not. Um, but when it came to like actually wanting, sorry. When it came, no, I'm not sorry. When
Don't
it
be
came to
sorry.
actually getting to know people, like the people who actually wanted to get to know you wouldn't mind having those conversations and wouldn't mind asking those questions, and vice versa, you know? So it's all about having those conversations, weeding people out, and then go from there. I am um I'm not a ghoster. Like as far as in terms of like if I like you, we went on a date, we spoke, and I'm just like, you know what, the chemistry isn't cool. I'm just gonna send you a message and be like, hey, XYZ, blah blah blah, blah
Hmm.
blah, thank you, good luck. And then that's it. Now if they continue, then that's when you start getting blocked.
Hmm.
I've gotten really good at blocking people. Like ding ding, no problem. Eh, but I think that's what it is. It's whatever whatever you are looking for, you can find it. I will say that there is a level of exhaustion because men will be like, I don't know, I'm emotional available. I'm emotional keto. And I do X this and I do blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then you invest because it's an investment. Like you invest time in it. And then all of a sudden they're, I don't know, they're a totally different story. And it's like, okay, next. And then you also get to a point that I was just like, well, then the only common denominator out of all of this is me. So what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing wrong? What did I did not do? What I. And so that's also when you have to do some self-evaluation. Like, am I still making the same choices that I used to make before that would get me into these relationships that would be a dead end? Um, so there's a little bit of everything. There's a little bit of healing. There's a little bit of like looking into yourself and trying to figure out like if you're repeating old patterns because the last thing I want to do is fall into the same type of relationship that I fell into before.
Mhm.
That's it. So,
Okay.
yeah, I think I answered the question, or maybe I didn't. It's ADD, it all
I
goes
don't know.
everywhere.
Um,
hmm So, but yeah. So, in your relationships, do you think is okay, or like, obviously you guys know each other best. What is a way that you would resolve conflict and like, do you go to bed angry? Like, is, you know, very different life than mine. I go to bed very peaceful because there's nobody I'm bitching at, and nobody's bitching at me. So it's a beautiful life. But go.
um, I don't think it very rare. I know this is kind of weird, but it's very rare that him and I argue.
hmm
Like, we don't yell at each other. We don't, like, do we have like heated conversations? Yeah, every now and then. But he is such a soft-spoken person, like, that it's hard for me to yell at him, especially when like I get like really like spicy and mad and like, I am Latina, so the
So why is
attitude
it hard for
wants
you
to
to
come
yell at
out.
people? Like
Well,
Latina,
not
that's
yell
crazy.
not yell at people, but yell at him specifically is just because of the way that like he communicates things and says things. Like, it's like, okay, he's not yelling at me, there's no reason for me to yell at him. Did I give him
hmm
attitude? Yes, I do give him attitude plenty of times. Um, but no, we don't really like. Have I gotten upset at him and gone to sleep mad at him? Yes. Have we talked about the conversations after the fact that I'm not mad? Yes. Because I cannot keep it bottled up for very long. So, like, if something bothers me, like, I have to tell him.
hmm
Um, does that happen all the time? No. Um, there are some things where I've had to sit on them for a while because, you know, I either don't want to, I start snowballing in my head what I think is going to happen because I'm also thinking of like my past relationships
hmm
and what I've gone through or the response or the action that I've gotten when I've said something, especially if it's something hard to talk about. And then that starts playing out in my head and snowballs. And so then once it starts snowballing, I tend to like push it down and not talk about it,
hmm
and, or not bring it up until finally it does start bothering me. Um, and then I've talked to my therapist about it, and then we find ways to talk to him or for me to talk to him or bring up the conversation. And we've had the conversations and we've communicated it back and forth in adult way, which is not my norm compared to my last relationships where conversations didn't go as smoothly or just one discussion like ended everything immediately right then and there. So I feel like it's definitely a little bit healthier. It's definitely a lot healthier than my last relationships. That it's perfect, no. Um, but we work on it. I mean, we choose each other every single day. We've been together for 4 years, and yeah,
Mhm. So like when you were talking about things from past relationships, and because we're at an age that we are, it's very, you can't think that nobody coming into a relationship now doesn't have any baggage from other relationships,
correct.
because it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think it's all on how we deal with it. And one thing that my therapist told me, um, whenever I felt like I got triggered in something, whether it was something that they did, like a movement or whatever, just because I have PTSD, um, I had to, or I have to go through these steps and say, okay, one, obviously calm myself down from whatever it
Mm-hmm.
is, if I'm on the fight or flight mode, whatever. And then the other one is figure out like where are these emotions rising from? Is it this emotion rising from, or whatever's going on? Is it rising from something that they did, like they actually did, or is it coming from my past relationships?
Yeah.
And am I just like bringing it into this one, because
Mm-hmm.
I do have to remember that everybody is different. Not everybody's going to do the same thing, whether, they came from the same background or not. Um, and so I have to take a step back and I
Yeah.
have to say, evaluate that part. And then from there, decide how I'm going to move. And if it's came to a spot that I fucked up, then I'm learning to apologize. I'm learning to say, hey, listen, this
Mm-hmm.
happened, you did this, I said this, and I was wrong because X, Y, and Z,
Yeah.
you know. So I think there's also a beauty in being vulnerable with each other. And sometimes that is hard because vulnerability is sometimes looked as weakness.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's the total opposite. I think that there is so much strength in being vulnerable with each other. Um, that is such a place that you guys can grow together also. But you
For
both
sure.
have to be able to receive whatever that other person is saying, and also make a space for them and make it safe. And
Mm-hmm.
that only comes with time.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
yeah, fun times. What would have been like an immediate deal breaker for you? Like when you started dating, what's an immediate deal breaker for you?
I think one, which is something that we had a conversation about on our first date,
Hmm.
is politics, which I know that people don't talk about that in relationships sometimes, um, or in the beginning of the relationships, and then they find out like later on, like, oh, this person is this and this, you know. Um, there were certain things that, you know, I am not, I don't agree with.
Hmm.
Um, and one of them you can say about my body and, you know, and the decisions that I make with my body. And that was something that was a big thing for me that, you know, at the end of the day, this is my body, my choice, the decisions that I make, you know, at the end, I'm the one that has to deal with it. So that was something that him and I talked about, and we both were on the same page.
Hmm.
Um, we agreed about different things. But that was one of my deal breakers of like, if this person was for certain things, obviously we're not going to mesh well because then in the long run, that intervenes with future decisions that we have to make. Um, you know, building a family or, you know, things like that. That was a deal breaker. Um, I'm trying to think of other ones that are a deal breaker. Having the same morals and values in life. Like, I guess growing up Seventh Day Adventist, that was like a whole thing that was, I guess, really engraved on us that you had to find somebody that was Seventh Day Adventist, the same religion as you, the same this, the same that. And like, I know that's probably controversial, but I mean, listen, he believes in God, he loves Jesus, he has great morals, great values, comes from a great family. That's good for me, like that's just me. I don't know about anybody else, but that's just me and how,
I mean, well,
you
you
know,
know my story. My first
yeah.
husband was in the religion, and my second husband was no, my first husband was not in the
Yeah, I was like, it's
religion.
backwards.
Then he converted, and then my last husband was, and obviously we're divorced. So I don't, to me, it's not so much about the religion, it's about the person.
Yeah. So that wasn't a deal breaker for me. You didn't have to be Seventh Day Adventist for me to date you. You didn't have to be, you know, the deal breaker
Okay.
was that you do have to believe in God, believe that there is somebody that is greater than you, that, you
Mhm.
know, that made you and created you. And that's something that he believed in. So I was like, okay, great. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure there are
Okay.
other ones. I just can't think of them right now.
Okay. All right.
Let's see. Should we talk about red and green flags, things that you've noticed when
I
dating?
mean, that's gonna take like another 5 episodes.
There's a
Like,
lot of green and red flags.
I mean, green, red, beige, black, like it's all of it. Like, it's just
What's a red flag that you feel like you didn't notice in your past relationships that you're
someone
aware of it now?
someone who doesn't want to talk about their mental health, or they believe that mental health is not real. Like, okay, so thank you. Next. And this is why I don't like, yeah,
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 that's a really big one.
yeah,
Um, I agree. I mean, I work in mental health, so I
hmm
definitely seen a lot
okay,
of stuff and deal with a lot of stuff, so
yeah. And
I definitely know.
obviously, I mean, the green one would be the opposite.
Yeah, the opposite,
So,
obviously. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, let's see. Do you feel that chemistry is more important than compatibility?
I think you need a
Or do
little
you
bit of both.
feel, yeah, I was about to say, or do you think that they're like right there with
Yeah.
each other?
Like, I'm a
Yeah.
person that I don't take shit too seriously. Like,
Hmm.
I laugh at a lot of things. And it's not even, well, if I don't laugh, I'll cry. No, I just laugh at it because why are we wasting our time on that? I think because of
Hmm.
the things I've been through in life, there's a lot of shit that I used to think that was so important and so like I have to get it right that I'm just like, yeah, that doesn't matter anymore.
Hmm.
Like it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Um, I wanna, I think being able to laugh with that person in different situations or that person be able just to sit with you in different situations. Um, but I think you need a little bit of both. We don't have to be completely 100% compatible because there are things that they're going to like that I'm not going to like and
Yeah.
vice versa, you know? But that's the beautiful thing about two people coming together. If that person and I were completely exactly the same, the world would implode. There can't be two Alexes. Like there can't be two Alexes. There's only one of me. And that's enough. So, but it's nice to have similarities. It's
Yeah.
nice to have things that we have in common. Um, and it's nice to have that spark, that little bit of that chispa, that chemistry that's going on there, because I feel like that's what also keeps the relationship alive in times.
Hmm.
I'm a hopeless romantic. I will say it forever. Um, but yeah, anyways, next.
Okay. Um, I was gonna ask you one, but I think I know the answer to this one.
You may know the answer, but they don't know the
I
answer.
know. Have you ever stayed too long in a relationship?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
You and I both. You and I both. All right. So, what is the worst date you've ever been on?
Um, there was this one guy that, uh, okay, this was in my like way back in the day when I was dating, because I haven't honestly, knock on wood, have had any like bad dates since I started dating here in Atlanta. And
Okay.
I've heard some very like horror stories.
Same.
So I am like so lucky that it has not happened to me as of yet. But back when I was like dating a long time ago, there was this one guy we had met, que yo no sé qué, we spoke, and then we decided to go to Bahama Breeze. Cool. We got to Bahama Breeze. It was a long ass wait, whatever. So we were by the beach, so we decided to just, walk and talk, blah blah blah. Anyways, the point is that this guy wasn't really talking. Like there was just not. I was like felt like pulling teeth on having conversation. Second, we went into Bahama Breeze. Bahama Breeze is like a Caribbean restaurant, que yo no sé qué, like sells all this food, all this delicious stuff. And they're like, oh, well, what's good to eat? So they gave him a lot of suggestions. Homeboy picks a fucking Cuban sandwich. And I'm like, out of all the things that you can pick at Bahama Breeze, you're gonna pick a Cuban sandwich. Anyways, cool, whatever. He picked it, was complaining about the food, was complaining about the wait the whole entire time, really didn't talk at all. And then at the end of the date, oh, I don't think he even paid for the date either. Um, and the thing is, like, at the same time,
That's a
I
whole
don't.
nother debate. That's a whole nother
That is
debate.
another
Yeah.
debate. That's another
Yeah.
debate. I am one person that I don't mind, like, if we're gonna go out to eat, like, I don't mind paying half.
Hmm.
I will always offer
Same.
it. I was told that if I offer to pay for half, then I'm automatically putting them in the friend zone. So I've had to make it very clear, be like, hey, do you want to go half on it? And I was like, I'm promising you that I'm not putting you in the friend zone.
Let's
Like
clear that up right
just to
now.
clear that up. I'm very awkward too. So anyways, the point is that I don't remember if he paid. I think I paid for the date. Get back to the car and he tries to like kiss me and like I felt like his whole mouth was all over and I was just like, no, this is not cute. Like,
Wakala.
no. That to me was the worst I'd ever been to. And then never spoke to him again. That was it. Yeah.
Well,
Hmm.
that sucks.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Fun, fun,
let's
fun,
see.
fun times. How do you feel about couples sharing passwords and locations?
I'm fine with it, to be honest. No, I don't know. I mean,
Like, are you fine
we
with it because that's
share,
something that you guys do? Like,
yeah, I mean, we
are you
share
just fine with it because it
passwords.
sounds nice? Like,
No, I mean, have I done that with other relationships? No, but with this one, yeah, like we share passwords, we share location, like we
okay.
text each other like, "Hey, I'm on my way home," or like, "Hey, I'm 10
Ah,
minutes
pero
away," or like,
that's bare minimum.
like
I do that to my friend when she
yeah.
comes and visits me. Like,
Yeah, that's true. But
that's bare
like, yeah,
minimum.
no. We share location, we share passwords, and yeah,
Okay.
it's like a norm for us.
All right. Here's another one. Do you feel that social media has ruined relationships?
Yes and no.
Okay, explain.
Um, yes. Like, do you mean it as like in like possible cheating or like
Everything.
that you're on social media too much and like not paying attention to me or like
However way you want to take it. It could be in the way of them using social media, in the way that you display your relationship on social media in
oh,
general. There's so many spectrums to it.
okay. Um well, one, you know that I don't really share a lot on social media. Have I lately? Yes. Do I do it all the time? No.
Hmm.
Um I'm private when it comes to that, so like I don't share social media things like that on there. He doesn't either, but then again, he doesn't really have social media like that. He's not really on it. He's more of a nerd when it comes to
Hmm.
being on his phone. So, like I don't know, now that I'm older, like it's really like not a thing for me to be on social media. Um I mean, you know that I barely ever post on TikTok or Facebook or whatever. Barely ever on Facebook, barely ever post on Instagram. Am I on there? Do I share videos with you? Yes. But after that, it's like, whatever, you know?
Hmm.
Um, Now, as in relationships in the past, yes, they have ruined certain relationships for me in the past. And I was a little bit more active on social media in the past, yeah, when I was younger. But like now it's just like whatever. I don't really care for it. I'll post here and there, but so that's why I'm like yes and no.
Hmm. I
Um
think it's to me is a lot of like the persona that people put on social media as far as like how their relationship is doing. Um,
yeah.
because one of the things that I got a lot, and I don't think I did this on purpose too, but I don't know, it could be my subconscious that was doing it at that time. But one of the things that I got from a lot of people is like, oh my gosh, we would see your pictures on social media and you guys look so cute, que esto y lo otro. We were called like also the it couple. Like
Hmm.
if you guys made it, then, you were my reason. You guys made me believe in love, que esto, blah, blah, all this other stuff. So I do think it ruins the persona of what a relationship should actually be because you're not going to post your ugly shit on there. Some people do. Some people don't care. They'll post their drama on
Hmm.
there. But the
Hmm.
reality of the situation is you're not going to put all your negative stuff that happens within your relationship. So people always
Yeah.
see all these beautiful colores rosas, butterfly rainbows, que yo no sé qué, on social media, when in reality, like you're dying inside. You feel very alone
Yeah.
or, whatever it is. And then you have the other side of it too. Like uh, now they have all these groups about, are we dating the same guy? And I'm pretty sure they have it
Oh
for
yeah.
women, so I'm here looking at all that shit and I'm just like, I don't want to be in none of the relationships, like, because you just never know. So
Mhm.
I think it's a little bit of both, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I think it's all under our control. Like I can decide how much I expose myself to that. I can decide how much I want to take into that because I am a natural empath.
Sorry.
Okay, I was like, where'd you go? I'm an empath, so everything I see, I feel everything. Like I can walk into a room and I can feel either the heaviness or the beauty in it. Like I feel all of that. So as I'm reading this stuff on the
Yeah.
internet, I'm just like, this isn't serving me in any way. So I'm just not going to pay attention to it.
Hmm.
So I try to change my algorithm as to like what it is that I'm watching on social media, what is the content that is coming to me as far as when it comes to dating, um, and things like that. But I think that for some people it has ruined their relationships. For some people it has
Hmm.
because they'll take everything at heart and they were like, oh my gosh, they were like the perfect couple, que yo no sé qué, and then something happens and they're like, oh well, I guess, you know, you can't believe everything you see on the internet, which is true, but then they take it at heart.
Hmm.
They're just like, well, if that happens to so and so, then it's going to happen to me.
Yeah.
And then they go into this being a recluse and being lonely. And that's
Hmm.
also not a way to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I agree. It's a yes or no for me.
yeah.
Um, Let's see what else.
I think we're just gonna do a couple more and then we're gonna end it because I don't want this
Yeah.
also to take a little bit. Um,
Long. And we can
to
talk about this subject for like ever.
we sure enough can. We sure enough can.
um,
I'll do one.
go ahead.
Do you believe love is enough?
Do I believe love is enough?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to think that,
Mm.
but the reality, I don't think it is. There's so much more that encompasses the word love. Like, I think that there has to be commitment. Why are you smiling?
I'm just
uh,
like, okay, well, explain. That's it.
uh, I mean, I think there has to be like commitment, there has to be support, there has to be effort, there has to be, you know, communication. Like all of that, I feel is under the umbrella of like love and what love is. Because if you love somebody, you're going to do things that show that you love them. You're going to talk to them in a way that shows love. You're, you know, the little things that happen on relationships and even the big things like going through big things like losing a parent, like how do they react towards that, how do they support you through that, how do they cover your needs, how do they, it's a whole different thing, and I've had to learn that
So I'm gonna
in my
play devil's
relation.
advocate here.
Hmm.
Isn't that still love?
It is.
Because if I love somebody, then I'm gonna do X, Y, Z. If I love
Yeah.
somebody, then I'm gonna do this. So is that still not saying love is enough? This is just me playing devil's advocate. That's it.
No, I know where you're coming from, but I mean, I don't know, love for me is more than that. Like, it's not, I guess you can say it's enough. I guess I don't, but then I also can't speak from what I guess I don't really know. Like, personally, in my relationship, like, I feel like it is enough. I mean,
Hmm.
I don't know who was it that said one time, like, that verse in Corinthians about love is kind, love is patient, all that thing. They said replace the word love for the person that you do love. Like, do
Hmm.
they embody all of that?
Hmm.
Are they kind? Are they patient? Like, are they all the things?
I look
So,
at it as when you first get to know somebody, you're not in love with them.
no,
You have to get to grow, you have to grow to get there. So
yeah,
what you're doing previously is not enough. I mean, it's not through love.
no, it's you're attracted to that person. You're feeling all the things that lead up to love that you eventually fall in love with that person.
You see, okay, this person can be a part of my life. You start seeing them in your life, but previous to that, there's no love. It's just you're just placing them in your life and in parts and things that you see that they may fit, but it's not love. It's choice, it's action, it's
Mm-hmm.
choosing to be with that person. And I think to me that grows into love. And I believe that love is not enough because it's your actions that do that. Because you can tell me all day, I love you,
Mm-hmm.
but I need to see it. And it's your actions that are showing me that. So, yeah. There's a lot of
Yeah.
things that I used to believe prior to me entering this dating world and in my marriage that I no longer believe in, that I no longer see as true. And I think going through heartbreak shifts things in your life like that for you.
Yeah,
But I'm not a pessimist. I don't
you are
think
not.
all men are horrible. I don't, like, I'm not one of them. That is not me. I still believe in love. I still believe that there's my person in life is still out there, my partner. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna leave it at
We're gonna
that.
leave it at that. But I do agree with some of that, yeah.
All right.
Um, all right. So
I
do you
think
want to
we'll,
do our last part of the segment?
yeah,
La
we're gonna,
última tacita.
la última tacita.
Tacita.
Um, go for it. Start it off for us.
Okay. Um, I'm not asking you, I'm answering them myself, right?
You're asking me.
Yeah. What is something that you're learning?
Um, I continue. Oh, um, what am I learning currently? I am currently learning um, to walk away from tables that I'm not welcome at, and um, to give my energy to people who receive it and reciprocate it.
Okay.
What about you?
Now do I something that I'm learning?
Hmm.
Um, Recently I'm learning to just live in my new norm. What is my new norm now?
Mm,
I talked to my therapist about that this week, where she always says that I have like these analogies that I need to write a little analogy book. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But I gave her the analogy of like these past couple of weeks for me has feels like I'm on a train
mm,
where when you first get in the train, you're looking for your seat. You're looking for where you're going to put your bag. Like, is your seat clean? Like, do I need to put my seatbelt on? Like, where's the food? You know, how long is the train ride going to be? Like,
mm,
and you're worried about all the immediate things that are right in front of you or what's
mm,
happening currently that you forget to like look out the window
mm,
and look at the view. And I feel like now I'm learning to sit
mm.
and look at the view.
Me gusta. All right.
What is something that you're leaving behind?
Extra baggage that I've
I
been
was going to say
carrying
that.
for no damn reason.
I was literally going to say that.
Yeah.
It's not like little minor baggages. Maybe big baggages, small baggages,
All
just little
types of
tiny
shit
things. Yeah.
that carry a heavy weight sometimes.
Yeah. So then is that something that you wait, no, that's not something that you want to carry into next week.
Absolutely not.
You want to give it to
That shit
last
is
week.
staying in last week and it's not coming back. No.
So what is it that you're carrying in for next week?
Openness. Just being open to anything that comes my way and having the discernment to deal with them
Discernment.
correctly. Mhm.
I'm gonna keep my analogy going.
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna
stand the
carry the
train.
view. Yeah, I'm gonna carry that view with me and just enjoy the
Nice.
view. Don't forget to enjoy the view.
All right.
Mhm.
And on that note, thank you so much for joining us on this episode. As always, don't forget to like, share,
Share,
subscribe,
subscribe.
comment. Um, y'all can even
Ask us
text us.
questions.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
ask us
Access. Listen,
questions.
our last episode that's going to be in December is going to be a purely listener dedicated episode. All the questions that you're going to ask, we're going to try to keep it. Some of them we'll read them if we need to answer them at the moment. But I think most of them, we're probably just going to put them in a pile and literally answer
Just,
them live, like as they
yeah,
come. And, if you think right now there's no filter, that's even going to be less of a filter. Okay. Or,
next.
yeah, whatever that
Yeah,
means.
less of a filter. Yeah, yeah.
Whatever that means. But yes, that'll be our the way that we end this season. So please do all those things. Thank you so much for continuing to support us, sending us those beautiful words of encouragement, and for listening. Make sure to share. Please just share it out to everybody and anyone, um, because that's how we get better. We get better by learning what we're doing incorrectly or things that you guys want to see and want to hear. All right.
Okay,
So until
thanks.
toodles. Bye.
Bye.